6 o'clock. It'll get short.
This is
We gotta get us pretty good about it. Call this meeting order. This is a regular monthly meeting of the Jeff Davis County Board of Commissioners. Steve, if you please, indication, please.
Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for an opportunity we have to come together as time as elected officials to make decisions for our county, our community. We thank you for the concerned people that are here to be a part of this meeting. We ask you now to take charge of it, lead, guide, direct us, and let everything be done in a way that would always be pleasing to you. Of course, in the name of Jesus, we do pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need a motion to approve the minutes for the September 15th meeting. Motion makes by Steve, second. All vote. Doug, if you would, on financial report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In your package, you have the revenue and expenditures report for September, showing that as of the end of the first quarter, we spent 24.1% of our expenditures, which is in line with where it should have been at 25%. Of course, revenues, we've not really hit the full stride on our taxes yet, but I can tell you that the taxes have started to come in, and we did receive the insurance premium running about $550,000 in the past couple of weeks. And our current general fund balance as of October the 16th is $1.3 million, which puts us in good shape going into the tax part of the season. For the manager, we had to put the financials, not have the administrator's report.
So we got to approve the financial.
Right.
I need a motion to approve the financial report. Steve made the motion. One a second, all vote.
I've got 3 items on the manager's report. First of all, there was a lease for the property out on Mount Zion trash site with Wally Waters. It was for $100 a year. The commissioners pulled themselves and approved it, and we had signed the lease. We have to officially ratify it at this meeting, so it'll be a part of the minutes. And I'll need a motion to vote on that.
Make the motion. Wayne made the motion. Steve second, all vote.
As part of that project, I've got a purchase order that exceeds the limit that I'm allowed to authorize. It's for 535 tons of crushed concrete by Georgia Asphalt Producers. The price is at $50 a ton, which will be $8,025. It's for that Mount Zion trash site for the just for site preparation. And I'll need a motion, we vote to approve that amount and that purchase order.
I make the motion. Wayne made the motion, Steve second, all vote. It's gonna take 535 tons.
That was the
Estimate.
estimate I was given, yes, sir.
Did y'all get the completion on that? How much did that cost?
We had it, I don't know if anybody looked at it.
I've got some of that, I don't have the numbers here.
And cheap, that rock ain't cheap, but a ton of that rock ain't much rock.
That'll do very far.
No.
That's the same price we had it on that.
But if you don't put it down, you just defeat the purpose of fixing the trash out of the store.
How was that looking over there? Is people using it
Yes.
correctly?
They're doing it, and it surprised me. As clean as they keep.
They did it pretty good.
Talking about
We still got a little problem with diggers, but if the public will get involved and call the sheriff department on that, we put a break on that.
And
We ain't got tents up yet. When we get it up, we'll put it
the third item I had was, of course, the commissioners authorized the buyback of the Volvo motor grader. And we've executed that. That's in time to take place. We'll need, I need your permission to put out a bid package on a replacement motor grader, just to put it out for bid to see what kind of price we get on it. I've had some initial inquiries from, of course, Caterpillar and John Deere, and we'll just speculate with everybody, but I'm gonna, it's either gonna be a 670 or 770, and I'm gonna get with the red box, see which one. 770s, and we'll do this model. I think probably about the 670 would be a good price.
And we are getting to take the other one that's got the slipper on it, right?
You are bidding the sloper.
Yes. But I just wanted to,
And I hear you say you're gonna put bids out to everybody?
well, I'll put it out to everybody, but of course, Caterpillar and John Deere will be the primary. I know Volvo's going to want to bid back out on it. But,
We are in front of that, though.
We have the right to pick what
Yes.
we want.
correct.
Yeah.
No, I don't need to vote on that. I just wanted to consider that out for bid.
Yeah. Yeah, you got that.
And that completes the manager's report.
Next on the agenda, we got Mr. James Pope to approve the hazmat mitigation resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Commissioner. I'm James Pope, here from the heart of Georgia, Omaha Regional Commission, the Eastman office. I'm here tonight to just give you a brief overview of your hazard mitigation plan. The hazard mitigation plan is something that each county throughout the nation more or less writes and submits to FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Requires each county to adopt an updated hazard mitigation plan every 5 years. So the plan currently in effect is your 2008 plan. So in 2011, we received a grant from FEMA, and it's administered through FEMA at no cost to the county, the heart of Georgia, and Jeff Davis EMA office coordinated a series of 7 meetings, like I said, beginning in December of 2011, where multiple agencies came together, fire departments, sheriff's departments, multiple state agencies, any agency that we felt like would want to have input on hazard mitigation. So what the hazard mitigation plan is for is just a preventative planning measure to reduce the impacts of natural weather hazards. So the natural hazards that we identified in this plan were thunderstorms, wildfire, tornado, flooding, drought, severe winter storms, hailstorms, and extreme heat and tropical storms. So we determined that the county was at most potentially be affected by these natural hazards. We came up with action steps, and it's more or less a roadmap for the county and the cities within the county to undertake these actions over the next 5 years to lessen our the effects that we would see from these natural hazards. But we also we updated the total structure numbers in the county provided from the tax assessor's office, county, state, and federal plans that have been updated, like the insurance flood rate map, community wildfire protection plan, and other various plans to determine these action steps to be taken. With adoption here tonight, this plan would be in compliance with FEMA for the next 5 years. And what that's going to allow you to do when your EMA office applies for a grant through FEMA, with an updated plan and something that's identified in that plan, they'll give you, that they'll realize that it's important, something that the community is saying is important. So it has the potential to help out on receiving grant money and whatnot through FEMA and GMA. And and I guess overall it's designed to lessen the impacts of these natural hazards. So the next 5 years, the action steps we identified, I think we'll see a difference in the impacts of this. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them.
So we just need to go ahead and approve this resolution.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, that will keep you in compliance with the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
As long as we apply it, we have a disaster, then, and the grants and stuff, as long as we took and voted it in, then we have the right to apply.
Correct. Yes, sir.
That's what it will. I need a motion.
Make a motion.
Wayne made a motion, second. Russ, you second, all vote. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next on the agenda, we got Ms. Cherie Robinson, Ms. Candace Amos on this wellness grant.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cherie Robinson. I'm with Local Government Risk Management Service, and I also have Candace Amos here along with me. So we're here this evening to present the Health and Wellness Grant to the County of Jeff Davis County. Jeff Davis County has been selected by the Association of County Commissioners of Georgia as one of the counties to receive the Health Promotion and Wellness Grant. Awards are made to members of the HCG Group, Health and Insurance Benefit Group, underwritten by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Our commitment to you guys as far as health and wellness programs are to provide wellness services, programming services, and also loss control services through local government risk management services. Wellness programs have been demonstrated to have a track record of improving employee health and wellness and quality of life for all employees. So again, we're here this evening to hopefully to make sure we have this partnership with LGRMS and with Jeff Davis County and with the Association of County Commissioners, so we can come and provide the programs and services that employees have asked for. Recently we did a survey and we asked your employees, what do they feel about health and wellness, and we had about 35% of your employees say that they were ready for health and wellness here in Jeff Davis County. Okay. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and present the check to you. The check in the amount of $2,000. Okay. And I would love for the board to get up with me, and I can formally present it to you guys. Okay. We can get a little photo out. Chairman. No. Yep, Chairman.
You're gonna get that?
It's more, y'all. Come on.
Hey, do y'all have a camera? You want that one with Josh's camera?
You just forward it to us. You can just forward it. Yeah, you can just forward it to us.
I'm gonna get one more. Okay.
Now, you don't keep the big check. You got it real, okay?
You need this back? I'm gonna tell you.
Mr. Chair, Hannah Day out of office is the safety coordinator. She was real instrumental in having to work towards getting that grant, and I just wanted to compliment her efforts.
Yeah, we had him, Pepperelli, or Peppercelli, what his name
Yeah,
was here today.
Pepperelli.
He spoke real highly of y'all. I guess we need to make a motion to set the grant, right? The next thing on the agenda is approve the Q Public Service Agreement.
This is,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
thank y'all,
Thank y'all.
safe.
Good.
This is a continuation of our ongoing contract with Q Public. It's our website that allows the public to identify property, identifications, all the information on the parcels. And it's continuation of $6,500 a year. It's for 3 more years, 2015 to 2017. And it's just an ongoing contract. It's just we have to vote on it. Probably the reason it's the first time you see it is because, as you know, we made all the contracting procedures into our office now. So this is for your approval. So that's something that's in place. It's just we just have to continue to vote on a renewal of this contract.
I'll make the motion.
Wayne second, all vote. Next thing on the agenda, we got a couple of E&Rs that we got to approve and disapprove.
Yes, sir. The first, there's 2 on your listing. You've got a packet, agenda item number 11. The first is on Tallahassee Missionary Church. This is on some property that had been tax exempt for several years. It was changed earlier this year. Technically, it's being used as a recreational area for the church. It meets the requirements for a tax exempt property, and we need to restore that to the tax exempt and adjust the, of course, there'll be a removal of that 3228 value from the digest.
The rest second, all vote. That was just an error that was made that should have never happened to start with.
That's correct. It never should have been reclassified as a taxable property. The second one is on a Farrell McLeod. This is some Cuva conservation use property. There was the property went into an estate, it went to the heirs. When it went through the deeds and went to the heirs, the Board of Tax Assessors office failed to send letters to the heirs, notifying them for the continuation of the covenant. What they're required under the rules of the state of Georgia, or whatever property goes through the state, they have to send those letters out. They failed to do so. So basically, it never should have been dropped. So we need to reinstate the Cuba covenant on that property because of that failure in the office.
By law, they send you that, and at that time, you have the right to not go back into covenant and just take it out, or you have the right to come in and fill out the paperwork and go back in the same covenant and finish the years that it was first set up on. You don't start over 10 years. You start, if they have 4 more years left, then you end it for 4 more years. And the office over there just failed to send the notices out. It was error on their part. So I make a motion that we take and release it and put it back in the covenant like it should have been.
Second, all vote.
Do they know to send them out now?
Yes.
It's just to do the next thing on the agenda is approve the amended the personnel policy for part-time employees, the maximum number of hours.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Per federal regulations under the Affordable Health Care Act, the county is required to offer full-time benefits to all associates working 30 hours or more. Our current classification for full-time is 32 hours, so we need to change that back to 30. We need to also designate our part-time classification as anyone working 29 hours or less. This is on page 7 of the current personnel or the employee manual. And I'm not going to read the language, but basically it's going to make those 2 changes. Under full-time will be any employment who works at least 30 or more hours per week, and under the part-time employee classification, it will be works 29 hours or less, as will be considered a part-time employee. And that will also affect any benefits throughout the remainder of the manual that relies on that full-time, part-time classification. And this is just to be in compliance with federal law, and basically just to make sure that we're basically covered, and we don't have any cracks in our policy on the benefits.
If they're 29
Or less,
or less,
part-time,
you
30 or
still
more.
have to,
I'm sorry,
you still have to furnish the
no,
insurance?
you're not.
Okay.
30, but 30 or more. And actually, that's what we were several years ago. We changed a couple years ago to 32. We need to go back to 30 hours or more would be full-time. And that's on a regular basis. If someone works, say 24 hours a week, and that's a regular schedule, because of someone being out or being out sick, they get 35 for a few weeks. That does, it's their average for over a year is what's happened. But I just want to make sure that we're not abusing people and not giving them benefits if we don't actually work.
Right.
So we need a motion to make those two changes.
I'll make a motion.
Steve, Rush, second, all vote. Commissioner Russia.
All right, I'll be brief. I was called on last week, well, a couple of weeks ago, at the church out on Hofstra Road, that belongs to Pastor Edie. One of the children got bit by a dog that comes from the dump site across from their church. The dump site is bad, I mean, it is terrible. Fence is torn down, can't lock the fence. Of course, dumpster drivers make it worse. And I know we're in progress of repairing the dump sites. I just need something. Is there anything, any ramification that we can do for the dogs that keep going in the churchyard, biting people, and also strewing trash in the yard? They came to me and I want to put it before the board. Is there a resolution or something that we can do for them?
Not this time, or just never adopted, I don't think that animal control ordinance that will apply to the county, so the short answer is no. That's not an adopted policy, adopted by the board.
Oh, is there any, is that site going to be repaired or replaced or upgraded or anything?
We're gonna, we would get through with, Mount Zion Church side out there, we're gonna get on that side. We should be to the Mount Zion, those things, Wayne, this week, first week anyway. So it should be another couple weeks at the most, depending on the weather, that, you know, that we're gonna start on that thing. That's awful, I agree with you on that, it's bad, it's out on highway one.
Yeah, we have,
Hopefully, and my biggest concern now mostly is the dogs. They're getting,
But when we start working about the dog situation,
I hope so.
so be gone. We hope anyway. Well, that's what our intentions are.
look, we have enough land out there to do, so put a fence up and everything, and we do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next thing we're gonna talk about here for a few minutes is the roads. Wayne and I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I'll go through the whole motion. Out of our discretionary money, 25% of the money that we get out of the T-Splash, and then you got the T-Splash, and there's 25% that we can use to do patchwork on some of these other roads, and I've got a list of the roads there. The Pressalong Road out there at Roper, the one that Littlefield paved 2 years ago, it just come apart there for about 150 yards, or just say 450, 500 feet. We gotta do something with that road. And the Pipeline Road that we call it, which is Alma, off the Post Road, which goes to the Bacon County Run, that road just tore off to pieces. So we gotta do something with that, we gotta do it with our money. And the same thing on the Post Road, is about a mile on Post Road, where Steve and I went out there one day this week, or last week, I guess, and looked at all this. So this is just stuff that we got. McKeechee Landing Road is about a mile and 4/10 from the old Scout Pond down to where McKeechee Landing Road turns into Town's Bluff Road. That we've got to do something with that. And then we also got W.E. Corson Road, which is going to be 2.2 miles. All this comes up to about 6 miles. And we hope, through our discretionary money that we got, we're gonna have roughly about $260,000 or $70,000 to help on this, and also our LMIG money, which we can't get until after July 1st, which should be about $430,000. So when we add those together, we're gonna have roughly about $700,000 that we can do, hopefully, this 6 miles of patchwork, I call it, on these roads. But we've got to do something with these roads, and that's the only solution I got is for we've been able to pay for them. Also, on the T-Splot on their portion, the W.H. Smith Road out of Snipesville, that's the next road on the T-Splot in Band 2. Also, the Bridge Ford Church Road. So the T-Splot money that we're gonna get, which will be the end after July the 1st of next year, we can do the W.H. Smith Road and the Bridge Ford Church Road. It's gonna be the two that's going there, and then we got one more band left after that, which takes care of the others. I think still a Church Road, Philadelphia Church Road. There was one more, Doug, you remember what that one was?
Price?
Another church.
There's a third road on the second band.
It's Pat Dixon.
Pat Dixon.
Pat Dixon's the third road on the second band. And I think we've got 3 or 4 on band 4.
I don't remember those.
But, yeah, Lebanon Church Road, yeah. Also, just to let the general public know, the state is fixing to do a lot of paving here in the county, and where they're gonna be paving from is from the Coffee County line on Highway 268 to Snipesville, I think, which is about 8 miles. They've already let the contract on that road, which East Coast got the contract, but I think they subbed it out to Littlefield. Then they're also paving, the state's already paved from Highway 441 in Jacksonville to Jeff Davis County line. So they're going to pave from Jeff Davis County line outside Snipesville to 221, which is the Douglas Highway. They're gonna go ahead and do both of them projects. One of them's gonna be done here the next few weeks, the Gulf County line to Snipesville, which is, we call it from Highway 268. It'll be done in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I think the deadline on it was today. Also, to let you know, they're going to be replacing the U-Valley Bridge, which will probably be at the end of this year or the first of next year. And they're also going to be replacing the US 1 Bridge, which is over the nuclear plant. So that's going to be 2 big projects, or some pretty good sized projects. I think the U-Valley Bridge is going to be like $9 million, I think, is what that project's going to total. With US 1, I'm sure, but I said, it seems like the figure on it is like $19 or $20 million.
That's a long bridge.
And they're also going to replace the bridge out here before you get to Denton, where the snake was that time.
Snake's gone now, they
They're
don't.
fixing to start on it. Well,
Snake's gone now, they don't let us do it.
I think they forgot about snake. But that's the projects that the state's got going, the projects that we've got to, get going in this next year. So all this is next year, not this year. Could be 14 and 15. And that's about all I got. Don't got anything else? If not, meeting adjourned.
I don't know where you're working. I'm going to Austin to right. I'm going to go to Austin to right. I go out there to find I feel like I'm not. I know. Just don't move.